let's take a look at our third game tonight. Calgary at Minnesota. Game time, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Of course, a game that does mean something. Not to Calgary, but to Minnesota. Calgary is expecting to send a message maybe to Minnesota, a team that they might face in the postseason. But this really only means something to the Wild as far as home ice advantage in the postseason. They're tied with St. Louis for second. They have a game in hand. So this is their game in hand that they need to win. So I expect Minnesota to come out. I think they're going to come out and play well, knowing that they don't want to go to St. Louis, a team that has handled them for much of the year. They don't want to hand that home ice advantage to St. Louis. So you're going to get the best effort from Minnesota. Line tonight, Wild minus $1.20. That's expected. Maybe a little bit less than I thought. Maybe about 25 range. I thought this would come out. 6.5 under minus 20. No movement on the side, but there has been some early money coming in on the over, which opened up at minus $1.20 or minus $1.25 under. So, and check that. Minus $1.25 under. Money's been coming in. So now we see a minus $1.20 under. So just for clarity on that. Goaltenders tonight, Markstrom against Talbot. And when you look at both of these teams, I think you immediately think defense. And I've preached this all year long. If you guys have watched these videos, I preached this all year long about how good Calgary is and for 200 feet. I mean, they make you beat them in all three zones on the ice. And I think that this is going to be a situation tonight where you're going to see a high pace of play where both of these teams offensively, even despite the way that we think about Calgary or Minnesota, first thing comes to mind are defense. Well, the offensive numbers are off the charts for both of these squads. Don't pay attention to past history because recent history will tell you over the last month, the Minnesota Wild, who are 12-2-3 in the last 30 days, are averaging over 4 goals a game. That's 5th in the league. They've done it consistently all season long, guys. This is not something that's brand new. This is one of the top offensive teams in the league. I think you add Marc-Andre Fleury into the mix, and everybody thinks, oh, they're going to be this great defensive hockey team. And they've always been good. They've always can play the type of hockey that they're expected to play. They can play a defensive brand, but that's kind of not who they would prefer to be right now. That's teams of yesteryear. So now we have to think of Minnesota as an offensive team. Calgary in that span in the last month are 7th in the league. They're 3.93 goals per game, which is 7th in the league. So you have two teams that are prime offensively to put on a show. I don't see where this is going to be a defensive pace. I think we're going to look at maybe 70 shots on net, somewhere 70, 75 shots on net. And if that's the case, then we have plenty of opportunity for this game to go over. As far as Minnesota is concerned, we know the firepower that they have. Just to give you more clarity on that, they have 3 30-goal scorers in their top 6. Of course, we know Kaprizov is a guy that is going to touch 50, almost touch 50 this year. I don't think he's going to quite get there, but he's got 45 right now. He's one of the most dynamic players in the league, and to think he got off to a slow start, I mean, he could have hit that 50 if he just was a little bit more consistent to start the season. They have 5 20-goal scorers in the lineup tonight. And of course, Matt Zuccarello he's day-to-day, so he may or may not be in the lineup, but still plenty of opportunity to put the puck in the back of the net. Even with all that firepower, when you look at the Calgary Flames, they have the league's top line. There is no debating that. You look at Tkachuk, Lindholm, and Gaudreau. They combine for 121 points. They have 121 goals. They combine for almost 300 points on the season. That's really tough to go against that kind of offensive firepower. I know I use firepower quite a bit, but that's exactly what they have. I don't see this game being a 3-1 game. That's way too many weapons for me. So let's go to tonight's official selection on this. The over is 6-1-1 in the Flames' last 8 games. The over is 39-1 when the Wild are at home. Those are two trends I'm not going to go against. Even at 6.5, which I don't like the 6.5s, but the money on this is decent, plus even money, so that's a good number for our bankroll. I have no problem. I don't understand why it's minus $1.20 to the under, but 6.5, it doesn't scare me away. We're going to go over the 6.5, and we're going to lay the even money.